What's up, guys? Today we're going to do a full walk around of the Super Ute and every component that makes it amazing. We're going to take it down to just a flatbed to show you the versatility of this platform. Stay tuned. Everything begins with the base vehicle. This is a 2017 Ford F-250 Super Duty crew cab with the 6.7 diesel engine, which has just got power for days. Some of the standout features for this vehicle for overlanding are going to be a solid front axle, which means I get a lot of travel, a lot of articulation, and it's kind of bulletproof. Also, I have the FX4 package, which means I have a rear locker. Now, the inside with the Lariat package is very comfortable. Heated and cooled leather seats. I also have Midland radio GMRS for communications and the Husky liners. Other than that, it's pretty stock. Starting in the front of the rig, we have the Steelcraft front bumper. Now this thing is super rugged, could definitely take a deer strike. It wraps around the headlights to give us maximum protection on the front end from any kind of impacts, as well as being in the forest, hitting brush and whatnot. For recovery up front, I'm running the Badlands 1200, which has been a good winch. I've used it a few times and I've had zero issues with it. However, I just received dual Smitty-built winches, which I want to run one to the front and run one to the rear. I have to make a custom mount for it, so that's a future project, but it's going to be great recovering in deep snow. Suspension is going to be a 3-inch kit from Superlift with Bilstein shocks. It's a really good quality kit that will not break the budget. The wheels are going to be Method 704s with the bead grip technology, which are just outstanding, wrapped in Firestone MT2s 37 by 12.5, a big, meaty, aggressive tire for this big, meaty build. Over the cab here, we have the Lightner cab rack for the Super Duty, as well as dual Lightner gear pods, which soak up a lot of gear. With the side access, they're very functional, and they really fit the look of this build with the big boxy design. I really dig these. And of course, on this side of the rig, we have the new High Boost cell phone booster, which is a great alternative to WeBoost, and I think works just as well. Next up is the Next Jump Outfitters all aluminum flatbed. And this is what takes this rig and it blends overlanding and utilitarian, which is why it's called the Super Ute. Now this thing is, like I said, all aluminum, it's super modular, and it's just awesome. I love the look of the flatbed. I want to put a flatbed on every rig I have. The Land Cruiser might even get a flatbed. I don't know, we'll see. Working our way up from the flatbed is going to be these all aluminum side boxes, again from Next Jump Outfitters, which really complements the flatbed because you really do get a lot of storage space. Voila. These side boxes are bed height, so that way you can retain any kind of factory bed height attachments like the flated and the truck rack here, as well as they are super absorbing of gear. This one side took up all the gear that was in my drawer system in the Tacoma, and I still have the whole other side to add more to it, which is great. And I also just recently added these beautiful bamboo cutting board work surfaces from Las Vegas Overlanding. These were a custom build that James did just for me as kind of a proof of concept to see how well they work, and I will tell you right now, they work amazing. All stainless steel hardware and bracketry, full bamboo plywood top, with the adventure belt and Las Vegas Overlanding engraved here on the top. A great touch. This thing is absolutely gorgeous, and it doubles the usable space on this door. Mounted firmly on top of the aluminum side boxes is going to be the truck rack. And I picked the truck rack for two purposes on this build. One is this thing is engineered for durability and functionality, and it's just an awesome rack. Two is it holds a hidden secret that I realized through my interviewing of different markets. It will actually retain a flated topper on the inside of it. So now I can run a rooftop tent and a flated topper. Mounted on the driver's side of the truck rack is going to be the MaxTrax recovery boards in orange. That way they're easy to find in snow and mud, as well as the 23.0 Peregrine Pro 270 awning, which is absolutely a next level awning. We'll get to that in a minute. Here on the passenger side of the truck rack is my dual Milwaukee packouts. One is my first aid kit and one holds extra hardware. That is mounted to the truck rack via a integral universal mount, which is super solid, all metal, and it's definitely not going to fall off the truck when overlanding, which is really nice. Also mounted on the truck rack is a simple axe, as well as my 23.0 Kestrel shower privy, which is the last shower privy you will ever need because it has everything. And again, the passenger side boxes, all aluminum, tons of gear storage, nice big flat usable space for repairs and holding gear, super functional. Now the all aluminum tailgate from Next Jump Outfitters on the Super Ute here is the exact opposite of modern. It is actually old school technology. It's 2 latches and it's on change. It just falls down and it's bomber, which is what I really like about it. The factory tailgate had the electric button auto opener on the tailgate. Well, last winter for about 2 months, it stopped working. I was able to find the short and fix it, but it was always one of those things where it never really made me feel good about it because it was absolutely useless once I couldn't open it, where this is never gonna not open. You'll notice right here, sandwiched between the side boxes and the truck rack, is going to be the flated topper. That uses air dam technology like a paddleboard, and it is super rugged. It fits perfectly underneath the truck rack, so the truck rack serves as an exoskeleton to hold all the gear, where the flated serves as weather protection to keep the snow, like it's snowing right now, off of all the stuff in the bed of the truck. The Next Jump Outfitters flatbed is geniusly designed using aluminum panels retained by L-Track, and the L-Track serves to hold down everything in the bed, like my Badlands off-road jack and 37-inch full-size spare here in the bed of the truck that lives at the back by the headache rack. Now this design is great because if there's ever any issue with you breaking through the aluminum bed, which I doubt will happen because these are solid, if you were to do it though, you can actually pull these panels out and replace them, which is absolutely genius. Way out back is going to be the Go Rhino rear bumper. It's got built-in recovery points and works in conjunction with the factory hitch. Not only does it look really good with the Super Ute, but the side steps that are cut into the corners of the bumper work really well for accessing the tailgate because it is a really tall rig. Up here in the penthouse suite is the 23-0 Kabari XL. This is one of the most comfortable tents I have ever slept in, and I've got about 30 nights in it, so I would know. This is a big, massive tent for a big, massive truck. It fits it really, really well. And it's got a lot of room for all my gear. So I have done lots of editing up here. I've spent plenty of time up here in storms. It's a great tent all around. This here is my camp setup and pretty much how you would have seen the rig if you went to any of the expos. Kabari XL is set up. The Peregrine Pro is wide open, tons of covered space. This absolutely came in clutch at Overland Expo Mountain West and PNW, where the temps were just out of control and it was super hot. We had a freak windstorm come through Northwest Overland Rally. I didn't even put this away and it barely even budged. Other tents were getting blown away. This thing was rock solid. I'm about 175 pounds with about 10 pounds of clothes on because it's freezing out. And I don't think you're gonna be doing this with any other awning. Not only is it strong, but it looks really good and it has integrated lighting actually built into the bars, which means they're never gonna fall out. A big obstacle to avoid when it comes to having this type of wedge style rooftop tent and a 270 awning that covers the back end of the vehicle is how you access the entry into your rooftop tent. However, 23-0 solved that problem with this really trick pass-through that allows you to put your ladder up to the back of the tent and access inside. Very well thought out. That was a piece-by-piece breakdown of each component that makes this truck what it is. Awesome. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna peel back the layers and we're gonna break this truck down back to a flatbed and show each phase of this build and all the versatility that really makes this truck the jackknife of all Overland rigs out there. I got the 23-0 rooftop tent all packed up and put away. First thing we're gonna do is take off the flated topper. And what it's gonna do is it's gonna show us what the Overland setup is gonna look like minus weatherproofing in the bed. With the flated removed, you can really see how much it opens up the bed of the truck to the weather. Now, for my application, I have to do things a little differently than a typical flated customer. I have to deflate mine because inflating it pushes it up against the truck rack, which really holds it in place. So I have to deflate it to collapse it down a little bit to be able to pull it out. I also have to pull the rear tire down to get it up over that back part of it. Other than that, it's really straightforward, easy to pull out. Now I'm gonna start pulling off pieces that's gonna remove a lot of the overlanding component to really expose the Ute component. First of which is going to be the Lightner gear pods and the 23-0 Kabari XL rooftop tent. Removing the gear pod is really straightforward. You open it up, There's an internal latching system with 2 buckles. Once you get it to the edge, go ahead and close it up and pull it down without dropping it. I'm going to pull both the awning and the shower tent off. This is the Kestrel from 23.0, and all you do, it's on Rax Brax quick mounts. It's got 2 pins. Once you get the pins pulled out, all you do is lift up and it notches out. Super easy. They actually make receptacles so you can store these in your garage off these brackets here. These Van Ultra quick release mounts are super simple. All you have to do is spin this to loosen them. Once you got a little loose, you pull that pin, pull this out. How simple is that? I got the Van Ultra quick release mounts off, and now I'm gonna go grab the tractor and pull this off because it's just me today and I'm not gonna break my back pulling this off by hand. You can see here with the rooftop tent and the cases off the top, I can haul all kinds of very long dimensional lumber where normally I would have to get the trailer to do. Now I can go to Home Depot and load it up. Now we got to remove the truck rack. It's 8 bolts in total and comes off really quick. Right now we are in full ute work mode. This is basically where I could do hauling wood. I can do all kinds of utilitarian projects with the truck in this format. However, I want to get the bed a little bit larger because I want to go gather a bunch of firewood and don't want to make a couple trips. If I can do it all in one trip with the bed as big as it can get. So now I'm going to pull off the tailgate and the side boxes and put on the dump sides. The aluminum boxes are actually very lightweight. One person can easily offload them, and they get mounted with 8 bolts, and it goes into L-track into the bed. So as soon as the bolts come out, it just pulls right off. This box probably would have been a lot lighter without all the ice on it, however, wintertime. But the boxes are held into the L-track with these little brackets here. Super cool. I really like this mounting system. Makes it just really easy to take on and off. We're back where we began, just the Next Jump Outfitters flatbed and a badass truck. What do you guys think? Comment below. I really want to know. Also, we're going to wait till tomorrow to put the stake sides on because it's pitch black and it's getting really cold. See you guys tomorrow. We obviously got some snow last night, which is great. Winter is just kicking off and there's a lot more of this white fluffy stuff to come. I'm gonna grab the stake sides and we're gonna get the Super Ute built out in a whole different manner, ready for firewood. Now here the Super Ute is back to its Ute heritage with the dump sides. Now this thing is just an absolute beast. I love this build. Through this whole video, we've walked through all the different phases of this build. We're opening up the Swiss Army knife. We've gone from a full legit overland build, a partial overland build, to more of a construction with just the truck rack where we can haul long dimensional lumber. We've taken the truck rack off to show just a truck bed with the side boxes and then pulled the side boxes to run just a flatbed. And now I'm able to go get firewood and access the wood from all 3 sides of the bed with the dump sides. The Super Ute build came out so much more cool than I thought it would when I planned this out in my head. Next Jump Outfitters did an amazing job executing this build. And also, if you are in the market to replicate this build, be sure to check out Next Jump Outfitters because 1, they're a great shop, 2, they make great products. I would definitely trust them with any of my builds, so be sure to go check them out. If you're still with me all the way to the end of this video, I really appreciate it. Be sure to subscribe. This took me a day and a half to record, and it is freezing out in the snow, and I'm just getting drenched out here. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to hit that thumbs up. Comment below, tell me what you think of the Super Ute build, because I am a huge fan. Be sure to subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.